If you already know what you need to do, but keep finding yourself not doing it, this episode is for you. Welcome to the Doing What You Know podcast. I'm your host, Ray Thigpen. This show is for people who already know what to do, but haven't been doing it consistently. Not because they're lazy, not because they don't care, but because fear, habits, and identity get in the way. Here we focus on closing the gap between knowing and doing through practical insight, real-life application, and principles that actually hold up in everyday life. No hype, no guilt, just honest conversations about growth, execution, and becoming the person who follows through. Let's get into it. Let's start with something most people don't want to admit, but already know is true. The problem isn't that you don't know what to do. You know you should follow up. You know you should have the conversation. You know you should take better care of yourself. You know you should stop starting over. And yet, here you are, again. That gap between knowing and doing is not a character flaw. It's not laziness. And it's not a lack of intelligence. It's what I call the invisible barrier. In the book, I describe it this way. That frustrating gap between what you know and what you do, where your intentions are strong but your follow-through is weak. If that feels familiar, you're not broken. You're human. We live in a world overflowing with information. Podcasts, books, courses, videos. If information alone created change, we'd already be living different lives. But most people don't change after learning something new. They change when something internal shifts. In the book, I make this clear early on. More than anything, I've seen how lasting change doesn't start with doing more. It starts with becoming more. That line matters because behavior follows identity. You can know exactly what to do and still resist doing it if your identity hasn't caught up yet. In chapter 1, I talk about standing in front of a whiteboard with the plan fully laid out. The steps were clear, the tools were there, and still I froze. That's not a strategy problem. That's an internal one. And here's how I describe it. The invisible barrier is a deeper internal resistance that sits just beneath your conscious awareness. This resistance doesn't announce itself loudly. It shows up as procrastination, as perfectionism, as distraction, as suddenly feeling tired when it's time to act. And the worst part, it convinces you that you are the problem. You start telling yourself you lack discipline, or consistency, or drive. But none of that is true. Here's the hard truth most people never hear. Your mind is designed to protect you, not to help you grow. If growth feels unfamiliar, your subconscious treats it as unsafe. In the book, I explain it like this. Your subconscious is like a silent operating system running in the background 24/7. If that operating system is running outdated beliefs, no amount of willpower will override it for long. You'll start strong, then stall, then retreat. Not because you don't want it badly enough, but because your identity hasn't been upgraded yet. One of the most dangerous places to live is what I call knowing mode. Knowing mode feels productive. You're learning. You're preparing, you're getting ready, but nothing actually changes. In the book, I say this bluntly. Information without application doesn't equal transformation. Knowing mode delays ownership because as long as you're still learning, you don't have to fully act. Doing mode is different. Doing mode is uncomfortable. Doing mode is imperfect. Doing mode requires movement before confidence. Most people think change requires a massive overhaul. It doesn't. It requires alignment. Jesus said faith the size of a mustard seed moves mountains, not because it's large, but because it's applied. In the book, I reinforce this idea through identity. You can't outperform your self-image. That means your actions will never consistently rise above who you believe you are. Small, repeated actions rewire that belief. Not motivation, not hype, not pressure, movement. This show is not about learning more. It's about closing the gap between knowing and doing. Some episodes will challenge your thinking. Some will slow you down. Some will push you to act. But all of them exist to help you become the person who follows through. As I write in the book, this isn't just a book to read. It's a process to engage. The podcast works the same way. Before we wrap up this episode, I want to leave you with one question. Not 10, not your entire life, just one. What is one thing you already know you should be doing that you've been avoiding? Don't justify it. Don't explain it away. Just notice it. Awareness is the first crack in the invisible barrier. In the episodes ahead, we're going to talk about identity and follow-through, discipline without burnout, faith as alignment, not pressure, habits that stick, and why consistency fails and how to fix it. This isn't about becoming someone else. It's about becoming who you already know you're meant to be. As we wrap up today's episode, I want to leave you with one simple reminder. You don't need more information. You don't need a better plan. You need one small action that aligns with what you already know. Growth doesn't happen all at once. It happens when small decisions are repeated consistently. If this episode resonated with you and you want support applying it, check out the Doing What You Know community. You'll find the link in the show notes. And if you're listening without access right now, you can go to doingwhatyouknow.com/school. That's SKOOL when you're ready. Until next time, keep it simple, stay honest, and keep doing what you know.